All right, we have more changes unfolding in presidential politics. Changes that have the most consequential week of this campaign just ending, with Donald Trump showing the world how to close a deal. We have the clip. Trump literally made more progress in ending the Ukraine-Russia war on Friday than Harris-Biden have made in the last 3 years, all while the Trump campaign is dealing with multiple coordinated attacks this week, forcing Donald Trump to interrupt his schedule, cancel multiple rallies in vital battleground states in Michigan, in Wisconsin, 2 states that are critical this election cycle. And have you heard about any of this? They are doing everything they can to screw up his campaign. A nation state just threatened Donald Trump. Again, a former U.S. president, the country of Iran, taunting Donald Trump, releasing a chilling second video foreshadowing what they plan to do. Why haven't we heard about this? Where is corporate media's outrage? Where the hell is the Harris-Biden administration's official response? A nation state openly threatening an elected official, a former president of the United States, twice. Wait till you see the second video. But before we get started, thank you for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps out the channel. And consider subscribing so you don't miss these regular updates. So in 1979, as Jimmy Carter was campaigning for a second term in the White House, the backdrop in this country was bleak. After 4 years of Carter's administration, inflation was skyrocketing, the economy was crumbling, proxy wars were popping up left and right. Similar to what we're dealing with now, America's longtime ally, the Shah of Iran, was overthrown by what's now referred to as the Islamic Iranian Revolution. During that coup d'etat, dozens of Americans were held hostage. Now, this happened on November 4th, 1979. That's almost 1 year to the day before the next presidential election. So Carter had 1 year left in his term when this happened. Well, those American hostages were held for 444 days, the entire final year of Carter's presidency. So what did Jimmy Carter do? Nothing. He let the situation just drag on. Luckily, Carter lost the election. Ronald Reagan swept him in a landslide victory, winning almost every single state in the Electoral College. America had had enough of Jimmy Carter. And for those American hostages, it took Ronald Reagan 1 day to secure their release. Well, almost 50 years later, we have something strikingly similar taking place after 4 years of Harris-Biden. Grocery prices, housing prices, energy prices doubling over the last 4 years, multiple proxy wars raging, and like Jimmy Carter, what did Harris-Biden do? Nothing. They purposely prolong them. They use our tax dollars to fund them. And if you think I'm exaggerating, on Friday, something remarkable happened. Both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris met with Ukraine's president. They both held press conferences with him after their meetings, and the juxtaposition was incredible. On one hand, we had Kamala Harris pledging to continue funding the war for as long as it takes, while on the other, Donald Trump displayed actual leadership. After a 30-minute meeting, Trump made more progress on ending the Ukraine war than Harris-Biden had made in 3 years. Literally, Trump convinced Zelensky in front of the world, in front of all these live cameras, to end the Ukraine war. Watch this.
The president wants it to end, and he wants it to end as quickly as possible. He wants a fair transaction to take place, and I think... right now I'm campaigning, so right now I don't have much to do with it other than we're doing very well in terms of the campaign, and I've been saying that I believe if I win, we're going to have a very fair and I think actually rather rapid deal. It should stop, and the president wants it to stop, and I'm sure President Putin wants it to stop. And that's a good combination. So we want to have a fair deal for everybody.
What do you envision as fair?
Well, it's too early to say that. I mean, I have my own ideas, and I'm sure the president definitely has his own ideas, but it has to be fair.
This war shouldn't be
started, and I think that the problem that Putin killed so many people, and of course we need to do everything to pressure him to stop this war. And
I know you're both in a rush. Last question: will there be another meeting in the near future between you?
Could very well happen, but I think the president said it the best. This is a war that should have never happened. It should have never happened, and it wouldn't have happened. It's a shame. But this is a war that should have never happened, and we'll get it solved. It's a complicated puzzle, very complicated puzzle, beautiful everything, but we have to get this over with. Yeah. But it's a war, and the president agrees. This is a war that should have never happened. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
You can see Zelensky beginning to follow Trump in that clip. That's what leadership looks like. And you wonder why establishment Washington hates this man so much. In a matter of minutes, he can end a war that the US and NATO have spent years purposely prolonging. Realize it's US foreign policy to keep the Ukraine-Russia war going. They don't want the war to end. The Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, testified to this in front of Congress, that this war, this Ukraine-Russia war, is strategically good for the United States as it keeps Putin busy, he said. It keeps Russia distracted and degrades their military readiness. But the real reason is because it's the new money funnel, folks. It's the new Afghanistan. And Ukraine is just one of these backroom strategic initiatives. Remember NAFTA? There are dozens of them that Trump can dismantle within days should he get sworn into office again. So with that important context, maybe it makes some sense why we haven't heard a peep from the Harris-Biden administration about this next story. Maybe they really do want to get rid of Donald Trump by any means necessary. Check this out. The country of Iran just released another chilling video taunting Donald Trump. And I'll go ahead and let you watch it in full here now. This is a message from Iran to the world about what they plan to do to Donald Trump. And for the record, this is unacceptable. For the last week, the Trump campaign's been dealing with this without anybody knowing. They were forced to cancel multiple rallies in critical swing states, and it wasn't Trump canceling them. The Secret Service told him, "We can't adequately protect you at your Wisconsin rally." They didn't have the manpower. Watch.
Thousands and thousands of people, and they all could have had a lot of fun. Instead, now they're probably leaving and walking back home because we have a nice little room that probably holds 1,500, 2,000, maybe less. And outside you have 40, 50,000 people because the administration couldn't give us the Secret Service necessary because they're guarding the Iranian president who's looking to kill Trump.
So now consider what would happen if Trump was actually taken out. They already tried twice. Now we have a nation state going after him. There's only 35 days until the election. Early voting already started. What would happen? Would J.D. Vance automatically become the nominee? I don't know. We all know that they wouldn't restart the election. All those early votes don't have J.D. Vance's name on them, so Kamala would obviously have a massive lead. Do you think congressional Democrats would say, okay, look, we agree. Let's restart the election. Take 30 days, hold a primary, find a new candidate, and we'll start over? No, 100% Not going to happen. I'll tell you what would happen, though. Kamala Harris would win in a landslide. And I think part of the Democrat Party is crossing their fingers, hoping that does happen. All I can say is we need to keep Donald Trump alive, folks. This man needs to make it to November 5th. There has been 2 assassination attempts on him. A nation state's now coming after him. And like a boss, last night he walks into a stadium full of 100,000 people. I don't know if he should be doing that, folks. How does the Secret Service protect him in that kind of event? It's crazy. There's just too much at stake. Again, we're 35 days out from the most important election in decades. We're entering this major transition period in the U.S. economy with the Fed beginning their rate cut cycle 2 weeks ago with that big 50 basis point cut. In fact, central banks around the world are all beginning to panic. This is the period we've all been waiting for, a major asset shakeup that you only see maybe once a decade if you're lucky. Well, it's happening now, which is why gold and silver are both 2 of the leading assets in the world right now. Gold's at an all-time high, and silver just broke above a multi-year resistance. And this isn't just me saying this. My favorite Wall Street analyst, hands down the smartest man on Wall Street, in my opinion, Michael Hartnett, B of A's chief financial strategist, he's recommending to his clients to buy gold. Buy the dips, he said in his Friday note, saying, quote, "The price is right. Gold at all-time highs. Best hedge against 2025 inflation reacceleration." Our view, bullish 3 Bs, bonds, bullion, breadth, bullish bullion, buy dips, gold heading to 3,000 an ounce as neither Harris or Trump are game changers for trajectory of U.S. government debt and deficit. And Michael Arnett advises 8-figure clients and above, folks. This is part of the reason I've been searching high and low for the best potential gold play, because gold stocks just broke 52-week highs as measured by the GDXJ ETF, but they're still down 60% since their highs back in 2011. Every chart I look at suggests that in previous times of similar setups, mining stocks soared triple digits. What I wanted to find was a company with immense upside potential, which is still far from its record highs, and I believe I did just that. US Gold Mining Inc., today's sponsor. You could see their ticker symbol on the screen, trading on the NASDAQ. This company currently is in a very interesting position. The CEO has a relationship with both the governor of Alaska, who likewise is very good friends with Donald Trump, which I'll show you in a minute how all of this connects together. Let me explain this quickly. USGO, US Gold Mining Inc., had its IPO in 2023. They were spun off from Gold Mining Inc. They IPO'd at $10 a share. Well, today, right now, they're trading on the NASDAQ 40% below the IPO price at $5.70 a share. While gold's trading at all-time highs. Realize they IPO'd at $10 a share in 2023 with gold trading at $19.50. There's 3 big reasons that I'm so bullish on this company. First, gold just reached a new all-time high at $26.85 an ounce. It's on a tear. We are in a full-fledged bull market for gold as central banks are buying gold, gobbling it up at record pace according to the World Gold Council. I just showed you B of A's Michael Arnett telling their clients to buy gold that he believes is going to hit 3,000 an ounce soon. That's Michael Hartnett saying that. So as the dollar continues collapsing, gold demand will continue growing. So here's why I'm so bullish on this company. A few reasons, actually. First, the CEO, Tim Smith, who's a legend in the gold mining industry. He was previously with Goldcorp and also with Newmont, the largest gold companies in the world. But I want to talk about the company he worked at before joining Goldcorp, because what he accomplished there is precisely what US Gold Mining Inc.'s board expects him to deliver for the second time. He worked for Kaminak. Kaminak discovered the coffee deposit in the Yukon and advanced the resource until Goldcorp acquired it for 520 million Canadian, one of the most legendary buyouts of the past decade. Well, get this, the technical report of the coffee deposit contains less gold equivalent ounces than the Whistler project. Let me say that again. US Gold Mining owns a project that contains 3 million ounces of gold resource equivalent in the indicated category and an additional 6.4 million in the inferred category. That's around 9 million ounces. And its market cap is only 72 million USD. Kaminak owned the coffee deposit, which contained 4 million ounces gold resource equivalent, sold it for 520 million Canadian. So 4 million ounces gold resource equivalent sold for 520 million Canadian, while the US gold mining only valued at 72 million with 9 million ounces gold resource equivalent. Now, US Gold Mining Inc. is actively drilling and awaiting results right now. And you know what that means. If positive drilling results start coming in, we could be off to the races. Its project is one of the largest undeveloped resources in North America, and its CEO has already been involved with an historic exit between Kaminak and Goldcorp for 520 million. Basically, he knows what he's doing. He's the right man for the job. And look, this is a rare moment of time that we're in right now. All these circumstances coming together at the same moment. Gold at all-time highs, copper at all-time highs, silver at its multi-year resistance, gold stock ETFs breaking out to 52-week highs, a rate cut cycle just starting, and a make-or-break U.S. election. History is clear that gold stocks rally in similar situations. And U.S. Gold Mining Inc. trading today at a market cap of only $72 million, down 60% from its all-time high. Bottom line, look, I am bullish on this company. So what I'll do, I'll leave a link to their website in the description. If you want to learn more about them, make sure to do your own due diligence on the company. I'm only providing some of the info about them, the industry, the larger macro environment, and their company. All right, that wraps up this video. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.